Hello guys, and welcome back to the Bat server. I was just over at my tree farm cutting down some trees for a project I've been working on. And this episode, it's going to be a little bit different. I actually just have a whole bunch of stuff to show you. We're not really going to build a whole lot or anything because I've done tons of stuff off camera. So I've built a few things around here at my swamp base. And there's also something at spawn I want to show you, which is a little group project that we worked on over the weekend. We did sort of a pointless build, but I'll show you that in a bit. Right now, what should we start off with? Let's start off with the witch farm. No, actually, let's start off with the underground vault here. So last episode I said I was going to add 2 vaults here to the left and right, and I did that. So we already had the center one. I added one to the right. This one actually has some stuff in it. A little bit of glowstone, redstone, and iron blocks. Over here to the left, another one. These ones are empty. I haven't filled them up yet. I think I'll put some diamond gear and stuff in this one here, the front one. And I haven't decided yet what I'm going to put there to the left. But yeah, finish up the vault there. That took a lot of obsidian, actually. Each one of those vaults took something like a stack and a half to 2 stacks of obsidian, so it took quite a while. And now let's go check out the witch farm. So, last episode, if you remember, I just showed you that I built the storage system down here. And I was thinking about, like, this whole swamp base area. And I use a lot of stone bricks, and I use a lot of stone slabs. And I like the combination and everything, but it's a very sort of dreary combination. You know, there's not a whole lot of like greenery, and there's not, I don't know, it's a little bland. So I decided to try to mix it up down here. And it's actually still pretty dreary, but it's got like greenery and stuff down here. And I was sort of thinking one of the reasons I don't use a lot of leaves and stuff in my builds is because it's very dark in the swamp. The leaf color is like very dark, and the grass color is really dark and kind of gloomy. But that sort of fits with the witch farm because, you know, if you think of like a witch hut, it's in the swamp, so of course it's got all the dark trees around and everything, and the vines and all that stuff. And that's what I've done here. I've even added a few mushrooms. In fact, we should probably add some more. And I also wanted to get a big mushroom in here. I really wanted to get maybe like a big red mushroom, would add a lot of color. But I tried to grow and there wasn't enough space. You would think that, I mean, this is a pretty big cavern. You'd think that I'd be able to get a big mushroom in here, but I just couldn't. Apparently, you need a lot of space for it. And the way I made this place, by the way, I didn't use TNT, unfortunately, because the storage system was right here. I didn't want to blow anything up. But I had an efficiency 5 pick, and we've got haste 2 around here, so I could just mine all the stone and break it out pretty easily. And then I filled in the bottom with dirt, planted some grass so it spread, and added some vines, lots of leaves, lots of, well, a couple of trees, and then the leaves just sort of go all over the place. And then for lighting, what I've done, if we can find one, yep, right here I've just put a little green carpet, and the green carpet actually blends in really nicely with the grass here because green carpet's pretty dark and the grass and swamp is pretty dark. So that's what I've done for the lighting. You can actually see back here a little bit, but not much I can do about that, I don't think. I could replace some stuff back there with leaves if I want to. But up here, I also want to, in the future, maybe in the next couple of episodes, I want to add the same theme up here. So we're going to tear all this stuff out. And then I'm thinking that this central area might be part of, not a witch hut per se, but like, boy, there's a lot of witches falling right now. That's awesome, the rates. I wonder if it's nighttime. Oh, it is. So that's the rates at nighttime. That's all the lighting up that we've been doing is really paying off for sure. And so yeah, I wanted to make sort of like a little building here. It's going to have, you know, like a wood structure, probably a door. So if we ever want to get in here, we can. And then around here will just be like it is down there with all the greenery and the trees and whatnot. So up here, and I didn't sleep through the night because I actually wanted to show you. This is kind of funny. I'm not sure if it's going to happen again, but the other day I was AFKing at the witch farm, and I came out here, and I noticed that there was like a little dark spot off in the distance right there that apparently I didn't light up. And if we just go over here, Now, I don't actually see any mobs there now. I don't know if they're just not rendering in. Oh yeah, they might not be rendering in very well. But there were a good like 20 mobs or so, and you can see there are quite a few. Oh yeah, look at them all. There's a whole bunch of them. There are probably like 10 here right now, and there were even more. I mean, this place was packed, and it gave me the idea. It would be kind of cool to make some sort of a mob fighting arena, like in the center of here or something. And it wouldn't be too difficult to do. All you need is like a dark room. You'd need to make it out of something that wouldn't get too destroyed by creepers. That'd be the one disadvantage. I don't know if I'd want to use obsidian, maybe obsidian floors or something, but if it was all obsidian, it would be kind of dark in there, especially since it would have to be dark for mobs to spawn anyway. But yeah, I think that would be kind of a cool project. I've always wanted to make almost like a super hostile in just vanilla. So if someone wanted to like come over to my base and try to fight their way through it, they could, and maybe we could give them gear like leather armor and stuff so as to make it difficult. And in case you didn't notice already, this is the last thing that I built around the swamp base. So what do I have smelting up here? Oh right, I have stone smelting up. Actually, I'm a little low on stone, so I started cooking some stuff up, and I'm using sticks still. Yeah, we actually need to refill that. But we have a whole bunch of sticks down there from the witch farm. I've been AFK in there quite a bit. So, my iron golem farm, this is just a very standard design. Doc did a tutorial on it, and I showed that a long time ago. I built it quite a while ago, pretty early on. And it was just sort of like sitting on top of the water. There wasn't anything really beneath it. It was just that box, and then the one spot in the center where the iron golems could fall down. And I decided to, kind of build a little building around it. I wonder if we should move some of these pillars all the way to the ground. I wonder if that'd look better. I might think of that. Normally I don't with these islands, but this is sort of like this is a big structure, so it might need to go all the way to down, go all the way to the down low, go all the way down here to like the ground in order for it to look sturdy and everything. Yeah, though I think it looks pretty good. So I went with the light blue stained clay, and stone bricks and stone slabs, which is the design I was talking about using way too much around here. And this is the same design I used in the Nether for my Nether fortress there. And I just really like the way it looks, so I decided to go with it here. And we actually already had the design up above here with the light blue stained clay, so just kind of brought it down. And I ended up going with like some archways, and I made the bottom part almost too fancy because now the top part looks very plain. And I'm not sure if I want to make a roof. I might make a roof on this place too. But let's look inside. I just put in a floor. I used the stone slabs and then just some regular stone for decoration. I put in some redstone lamps. And here's all the iron we've been collecting. I've made a lot of it into blocks because we were running out of room in here. It makes a decent amount of iron since I AFK here quite a bit for the witch farm. And then, lamps in the corners to get it all lit. I'm pretty sure I checked around here. Yep, no mobs can spawn or anything, but we did have to add lamps there, which weren't there originally. And yeah, I also hid some crafting benches underneath the chest. I've been doing that a lot lately. If I ever build something and I have a chest there, but I don't want to have to see a crafting bench around, I'll just kind of sneak it underneath the chest. And it works really well. Of course, it's a little difficult. I don't think it's too bad to try to get the hitbox on it, but occasionally open up the chest. And if you don't know it's there, then like someone visiting probably wouldn't be able to find it. But they most likely wouldn't need one over there anyway, so it's not a big deal, and I like having it hidden. So, I think what we're going to do is head over to spawn, and I want to show you a little community build that we worked on over the weekend. Alright, so we're over here at spawn, just behind my potion shop, and if we go over this little hill and then up those stairs, we're going to get to sort of a lesser traveled part of Spawn Town. And this is actually the place, originally, the reason we started building up here was because there's a little skeleton farm right up and down this little ladder right here. And this was like the place to get experience when the server first started. This was one of the first spawners. I think this is the first spawner that I found. And I just made a little farm out of it. I think it's like max efficiency and everything. I didn't replace all this with like stone brick or anything though. I just made it like cobblestone and stone. That's interesting. Usually if I make a spawner, I'll just go ahead and go all out and make everything perfect stone brick around the spawner. And oh, look at this. We've got like a bunch of mobs sitting right here. So, I think there's supposed to be a button here. Right? If I click this, yep, lava's gonna come out and it's gonna burn them. And then we can punch them to death. They should be one-hit kills. And at one point, all these chests were like filled up with arrows and bones and stuff. But I think at this point, most of the arrows and bones are gone. Still some bows here. And I used to just throw out like all the bones and arrows that I would get. And I kind of regret it now because now I like have a shortage of bone meal and arrows and stuff. So I might come in like AFK here a little bit and get some experience and also the drops and stuff like that. But we just had so much at the beginning of the server because everyone was constantly AFKing there. We just had double chests upon double chests full of the stuff. So this is the building that we worked on together. Let's see, who all was there? We were all on a call together, and it was Piper, April, Salik, Foxes, and I. And me? And I. I said it right. And I. And, yeah, we worked a little bit on this building. This building is a pointless building that you can add stuff to. And always follow the theme, no randomness. So this is a building that Gerbel made. It's sort of like a community build project. And it's just completely for fun. There's not really any purpose to it. I love these chickens here. They're so awesome. Little chicken statues. I think, yeah, someone added some more up there. I don't think that was, well, actually someone might have added it while we were building. I don't remember seeing that when we first left, but someone might have come back here and added it. But yeah, these chickens, they're such cool statues. They're so small, but at the same time, they're like perfectly shaped and they're pretty detailed. So that's pretty cool. Now let's see, who was working on what? I think April and Piper were mostly working on this front area. So this whole top section that you see here with the glass and the little balcony up there was not here when we came a few days ago, and they were working on that, and they also worked on this room. Ooh. Hello, creeper. You will not explode and ruin my day. There we go. They worked on this place, which is really cool. They put an interior in here, some flowers it looks like. They've got a nice table with, oh, I guess, is this like supposed to be meals, I wonder? That's kind of neat. There's like meals in the center, and I'm guessing these are plates and cups, or possibly placemats, depending on what your imagination decides to make them. And they have this awesome fire pit. I love how with all the fire, you walk up here and you can hear it like burning, and it sounds like a real fire and stuff. That's pretty cool. And what we were working on, Salik, Fox, and I, for the most part, was this room here, which I think turned out really well. I like the way it looks a lot, and I think we were all pretty surprised at how well we ended up building together, because building in a group can be kind of tricky. You know, you don't all have the same idea in mind when you start, and I think in this case it kind of helped because none of us had any idea what we were trying to build, and you can see it sort of with the tree in the center, but it all worked out so well, and it all came together so nicely. So let's talk about like how we just went about doing this, because we had no clue what we were doing. Oh yeah, I changed out the floor in here because it was a checkerboard pattern before, and I hate checkerboard patterns, so I switched this out, and I made the floor theme, and then we brought it in through here. So we started off with just a circular building. We just laid out the circle. Salik actually laid it out just by eye, and I think it's like almost a perfect circle for him, just doing it off the top of his head. And then what we did from there is we worked on the floor. So we made the, what do you call it, spruce wood, and then the dark oak. Oh, that's supposed to be dark oak. I'll have to change that when we're done. Yeah, so we made spruce and dark oak, and we kind of just layered it as we went towards the center. So these little circles here are alternating. Oh yeah, this is Fox Jr., by the way. And after that, what did we do? I think we added the tree next. We started building up the walls a little bit. We added these pillars, the little dark oak wood pillars, which I think look good. And then we added the tree in the center, which was Salik's idea again, and it adds so much atmosphere to this place. I think it was such a good idea. It was so like, I would never have thought to put a tree in the center of the room, but for some reason it just fits perfectly in this situation. Especially with the lights hanging off of it and everything, it just ties it all together. So we built the tree, and then we started working on the walls, a little bit of detail work here with the wood panels almost going along here, and then we did these corners, and we copied those two structures all around here, and then we added some bookshelves. These are sort of just like filler to connect the different wooden structures that we had made, and it really helps tie the whole room together. We could also hide some lighting in here, which is very nice. And then we added the balcony up top, and there's only a ladder to get up there now. Originally we were thinking of making like a staircase and stuff, but we sort of ran out of room because there's not a good way to do a staircase after we built these structures here without destroying them. We could have made... No, I think it's best to just leave it for now. We'll have to think of something, maybe even just neaten up the ladder or something. And there is an actual staircase that I'll show you over there that you can get up here with. But yeah, we added this little balcony up here. We extended the walls up a little bit, and then for the roof, I think we can actually get up there, but we have these nice little dark oak beams that go across here, and then we just sort of went with half slabs around. Oh, we can't actually, there we go. Oh, I'm stuck in the floor. Alright. Yeah, we went around with half slabs and just followed the circular pattern. In fact, we probably have to light this up a little bit or do something, right? Yeah, it looks like someone went around with torches, and it's pretty well lit, so it might not need any more. Well, this part. Yeah, just a few more to make sure we don't have mobs falling down here constantly, because they might be able to track you, actually, through this little area. But we made the half slabs, and it actually turned out really well, the roof. If you look from inside, which we will in just a second, looking up, you see like the shadows and stuff. It makes it look really cool. And then this was Salik's idea here. We weren't sure whether to leave this top part open or just to close it off, but Salik had the idea of adding this little, I don't even know what you would call it, this little part here that goes up, and it's just a little roof. And it's cool because it still like gives it sky access and a sort of open feel, but it's also covered still, so rain and snow actually up here. I don't know if there's actually... I don't know if we could see snow up there, but it'll snow up here since it's so high, and this tree is getting snow on it, which is kind of funny. So let's go back down here and just take one last look at it. It looks so cool. Oh yeah, and I said that there was no purpose to this room, or to this building, and Fox actually had the suggestion of making this place Fox Jr.'s study, and I think that's really fitting, because Fox brought Fox Jr. over here, and Fox Jr. almost died, on multiple occasions. I don't know if he actually ever took damage, or whether we were just joking about killing him so much that it seemed like he almost died. But one way or another, Fox Jr., he risked his life to watch this place be built. So I think it's fitting that he should get it named after him, or have it purposed for his use. So I think we're going to call this place Fox Jr.'s study, or something along those lines. I think it's very fitting. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.